And that's actually one of the verses that Shmuley used tonight against Brown. I don't know if you watched it or they had a debate in New York.
I heard it was coming up.
Yeah, that's kind of the arguments that he was using. And I hate when people don't give the response that I would give.
So how did Shmuley Boteach do?
I think he did a good job. I mean, he brought up some points that I think Christians should look at. I think everybody should look at.
A little history on Shmuley Boteach. Shmuley Boteach was, or is, still Chabad. He's one of the 3 people that were excommunicated from Chabad. Not excommunicated fully, but he had his role as Shaliach revoked. In other words, a Shaliach is like a messenger that the Lubavitch Rebbe sends somewhere to be an apostle of the Rebbe. So Rabbi Shmuel Boteach was the Shaliach, I believe, in Oxford. Well, anyways, the first guy that was excommunicated or lost the title, there's only really 3, was Shlomo Karbach. So Shlomo Karbach, Rabbi Shlomo Karbach, he was a famous musician that lived during the hippie era. I'm not sure when he died. I think he died in the 90s. He said a lot of controversial stuff, did a lot of controversial stuff, and lost his role as Shaliach. The second one was Rabbi Zalman Schechter Shlomi, and he's the founder of Jewish Renewal or Renewal Judaism from Boulder, Colorado. He's dead now also. He was in some way excommunicated, and Shmuley Boteach. And it wasn't just because of his book. I mean, his most controversial book is not Kosher Jesus. His most controversial book is Kosher Sex. I mean, I don't think it's
not actually that controversial, by the way.
Well, it's very controversial in the Orthodox world, but not in the Gentile world. That's not why he was excommunicated. He was excommunicated as a Shaliach because he would come out. This is before that.
Got a lot of flack, he said, for Kosher.
Oprah made him famous. He used to have a show on cable called Shalom in the Home, but he first appeared in Oprah. He was also Michael Jackson's rabbi, or I guess guru, because Michael Jackson never converted or anything. And he would appear on TV hugging women and stuff like that. And they felt that it was like unbecoming of a Chabad Shaliach. So those 3 guys were excommunicated. Not excommunicated that they can't consider themselves Chabad, but excommunicated as an emissary of the Rebbe, or for the Rebbe.
America's rabbi. I actually like Shmuley. He's actually good. He's a nice guy. I like him. He's well spoken. Do you find him extreme, Rabbi, or?
He's probably written around 30 or 40 books.
Very educated.
Shmuel Boteach, I met him, but once in Virginia. He's not a liberal, and he's not a leftist, but he's to the left of Dennis Prager, to the left of what I teach. And I agree with him more than I disagree with him. But in terms of Kosher Jesus, I don't know if that book really should have been written. Just because it's just opinion. None of this has been proven. Now, clearly, if you're a believer in Yeshua, especially of the Mosaic persuasion,
right.
None of that is new.
It gives credence to Christianity, too. It gives them fuel. It gives them reasons to be Christian.
I don't think he's interested in defeating Christians or Christianity, but it seems that he wrote a book almost from an authoritative perspective of something that may or may have not happened. I'm just saying it's because he didn't write it as a rabbi. He wrote it as an amateur historian. But from a religious perspective, I don't know why he wrote it. And he even allowed Michael Brown to write the foreword. I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, I could see why Chabad would have a problem with it.
Right.
As just like a regular Jewish historian, then I understand. Fine, there's many books.
He's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants. Not, who am I to tell him not to do anything? But yeah, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? But it's not exactly kosher. Pun intended.
Right. I mean, if he's going to consider himself an Orthodox rabbi, it's like him writing a book on how great Muhammad is. I think all religious people should have some sort of an agenda to spread their beliefs and not in any way come off like you're encouraging other people's beliefs. Okay, you could tolerate other people's beliefs, but your belief system should always end up on top. First, do no harm. I think he did harm with that book.